the believers. And then we go again. Why not? Start a prediction. Start a prediction. Will NL win this one? Start a prediction. You got 2 minutes. That run was disproportionately good. There's no doubt about that. People think cars are the problem. People think bikes are the problem. People think pedestrians are the problem. It's just, you know, you don't have to be a genius to see the common element. The people who walk like assholes probably bike like assholes. People who bike like assholes probably drive like assholes. It's people, man. The problem with cars is, you know, urban design centered around them turns cities into, like, concrete wastelands where there's no houses but, like, a bunch of parking lots. Ooh, that's not so bad. But on an actual, like, moment-to-moment basis, an early planetarium is mostly just people believing, like, you know, they should be acting in their own self-interest at all times and refusing to be owned when being owned just means being polite. Balls of steel? I am a Yimby for sure. If you live in Vancouver and you're like in your 30s and you're not a Yimby, like I can't imagine how that happens. It doesn't make any sense to me. People are saying mega based, but I'm like, it doesn't even seem based to me. It just seems like the default case. Yeet in my backyard? By all means. I mean, I think it's a lot easier to, like, be a Yimby when you don't even have a backyard, too, to begin with. Okay, I'm going to grab a key. Easily. I am going to... You gotta go planetarium. Society is so fucked up that even the most common takes have become based. I love it. Uranus! What is a NIMBY? Okay, like... I read an article, and this will illustrate it. You just got to give me some time to take you on a journey. I read an article about a woman in California who has basically dedicated her, like, retirement years to being a NIMBY. And this will, again, it'll explain it, I promise. There's a hill. She lives in, like, a town. Like a small village. Well, okay, maybe a small city is a better way to describe it. There is a hill at the end of her block. They're trying to build a 20-unit building on the hill. She's been protesting it since 2006, and it has not been built. Common concerns include traffic? The kind of traffic that's going to be created when 20 new families live on your block? Why is it always people that live where there's nobody that are like, oh, this is really it's gonna add 4 seconds to my commute. It doesn't make any sense. You're gonna give me a key. You're gonna give me a key. Just gotta give it. It takes a second. Just work with it. What the hell? I also love the tweet that was, I'm sure you, I just want to say, okay, I saw it before it went super viral. So that makes me superior. The tweet of the Texas highway, that's like, please bro, just one more lane. Please, I promise, dude, just one more lane. This is really the last one this time, just one more lane. And it's like, you know, 20 lanes of traffic, like all bumper to bumper. Bro, please, I swear, just one more lane. It's a great tweet. Anyway, so it actually did not explain the story very much at all. But a NIMBY is essentially someone who chooses to, like, live in a place, and then after they live there, they're like, I would prefer it if nobody else lived here. Which is actually, I think, a very honest emotion to have. You know, once you move to a neighborhood, I guess a lot of people would rather be like, okay, let's keep it exactly as it is forever. But that's like, you know, against the best interests of your fellow man, which makes you like kind of a big asshole. Maybe that's an oversimplification, but that's certainly how it seems to play out in local politics in Vancouver. Nope, that's spot on. That's how I know it's not spot on, is everybody is telling me I'm exactly right. So I'm probably missing, like, some element of nuance that I could bring to this. Hey, have you considered, well, like, you know, you overpaid for a place because of the view, and then they're going to put a condo tower block in your view. I'm like, yeah, this sucks, but at the same time, how much of the day do you spend looking out your window, get a job, etc., etc.? Let's go. I don't care, like, honestly, you could build whatever you want in my backyard, because starting 2023, I'm living in the damn metaverse anyway. You will be too, you just don't know it yet. Shit, he's right. He's I will say, my brother-in-law, because we talk, like, investing, even though literally, like, all I ever say is, like, well, I'm just politely like, well, I just buy low-cost index funds on a month-to-month basis. But he was like, hey, Ryan, you hear about this metaverse stuff? How do you feel about it? And I was like, I don't know, man. I just can't buy... I kind of went off, to be honest. I was like, well, the biggest player in this space is Facebook, which I think might be the worst company in history, and I hate them, and everybody that's my age hates them unless they're a conspiracy theorist or they need to talk with their grandma, but they're afraid to use the telephone. I can't believe I just don't see a future where everybody's going to have like a VR headset strapped on, going to meetings and stuff like that, but it just doesn't make sense to me. But then I was also like, you know, I guess... The first iteration of new technology is, like, always bad. And then, like, sometimes it gets better, and sometimes it just never comes back. So, I left the door open to basically never be wrong. I was like, I don't think it's... I went on a screed. It's never gonna work. It's the worst idea I've ever heard of, but anything can work, so basically don't listen to me. Okay, I'm playing both sides, so I always come out on top. Exactly. Mostly I just went on about how I hated Facebook. Which is also based. I don't know, I guess I'm like, it's hard being the world's most based man. Just having, like, exactly the optimal opinion on every single issue. What a shot, dude. It's really difficult. The craziest part is that I'm just being honest 100% of the time, too. So it's like... It's easy. Like, it comes easy to me. I'm starting to bald. In the market for some headphones. What would you suggest? Is this a serious question? Doesn't sound like a serious question. Headphones for bald people? There's gotta be like that's like a Jackbox prompt. Come up with a name for a new brand of headphones for the follicularly impaired. What is, No Hair by Dre? They do make you look less bald? I did like, because people were, like, every time I take my headphones off, people were like, holy cow, he's got ears. Someone on the subreddit described it as, like, I always get surprised when he goes raw bald. Like, the headphones are, like, some kind of, like, shielded baldness. But when you take off the headphones, that's when you're, like, full bald. It got a chuckle out of me. Sure. So true. I mean, that's why, like, when I go out in public, I wear a hat. It's the truth of baldness. I'm sure people will relate if you've gone through it yourself. People think, like, well, you know what it actually is? So, like, when I was at my in-laws' place this weekend, I wore a hat, like, a lot of the time. But it was not because, like, I'm ashamed of my baldness. It's like we went out. I wore a hat when I went out. And then when I came back to their house, I was like, where do I put my hat? Like, they don't have, like, a hat rack or something like that. At home, I have, like, a little 3M hook that I put my hat on, or I, like, put it in the closet. But instead, like, I don't know where I'm supposed to put my hat in their head, or in their house, so I just left it on my damn head. It was either that or just, you know, chuck it on the floor. Just put it anywhere? That's not an answer. There's probably a table? Yeah, but it's been on my head. I'm not gonna put this thing that I've been, like, sweating into all afternoon during Pokemon Go Fest on their dining room table. Just seems like, you know, disrespectful. Put it in the sink? Yay! There you go. Could have put it on the damn sink. I have a full head of hair and I'm a hat guy. I hear you. I mean, the hat is also like a little bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy when you have a big head. I'm just taking HP for now. We'll make it up on the long tail with the deals with the angel. So if you wear a hat for like 2 hours and your head is big, sometimes you get like a little red line, like where the where the band comes around. So then you're like, oh, I don't want to take off my hat because then I got this weird red line here. But if you don't take it off, then the red line just gets worse. So you got to make a decision of like when you're going to pull the ripcord. Same with hat hair. It makes perfect sense to me. I think we're not going to use the peeler. You kind of like, once you decide to wear a hat, like you're kind of there until bedtime, I think. Just one more cube of meat, bro. Please, just one more cube of meat. Please, please. I promise, just one more cube of meat. I swear, that's all we need. Just one more. One more. It's enough to get the job done. Get frozen! Never seen my uncle without one of those grandpa hats on. Is a grandpa hat the one that's like... It has like a mesh back and has like a fish on it and a little string on the front that you could put a piece of fishing tackle into? That's called a trucker hat. Dude, honestly, I'm a little jealous because like Costanza Core, it might be out now, but there was a period with the rise of like ironic streetwear where dad hats came back, which is like the George Costanza hat that doesn't have a big bucket. It's just got a little bucket. I cannot wear it. They're still back? What the heck is this? A little speed up? Okay. I actually can't wear it because the space between my eyebrow ridge and my forehead is too big. So when I wear the dad hat, it actually only comes down to like here. So it looks like, to be honest with you, kind of looks like I'm wearing a yarmulke. But with a brim on it. Like it looks like I'm trying to make a statement badly. My head is just, it's not the right proportion to wear. I really need like I need a baseball hat, honestly. Hey, Phoenix Falls, thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. It's the same reason, like, I also can't wear the Joe Pesci from Home Alone. And the reason I can't is because when I wear it, Kate says I look like Joe Pesci from Home Alone. I'm very jealous of the Baltic and the Baltic inspired, who can wear the, like, you know what I'm talking about. They wear the beanie, they wear it like up near the top of their head, and then it like pokes out a little bit, and they look so cool and urban when they're walking around in their long gray winter coats, and then the little Scandinavian fisherman's beanie poking out the top. Shit makes me sick. When I wear it, instant transformation into Joe Pesci. Turns me from 0 to wet bandit with one simple trick. My speed? I guess I could just walk on the spikes. That's a good point. I'm jealous of the way Malf wears a hat, for sure. He's got the right kind of head for those kind of hats. And he sussed it out early. Okay, it's a chain reaction. Whoa, whoa! No thank. Wait, you know what? Yoink. Makes me sick. What's the difference between a beanie and a toque? It's why he will not divide us. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's roughly the same thing. The name, yeah, and what's in a name? A rose by any other name would smell so sweet. Oh, really, Shakespeare? Then why don't you name it the pee-pee-poo-poo flower? See how that works out for you. Hey, honey, happy Valentine's Day. Here's 12 pee-pee-poo-poo flowers. I think a name's got a little more importance than you've led us to believe, Billy S. What a play. I hate myself for laughing at that. Well, I'm going to hate myself in the morning, but I'm going to love you tonight. Lady Antebellum. Whatever the fuck that means. Okay. Holy Light, kind of sick. Romeo is an idiot in that play. Honestly, cringe that you're making fun of Romeo. Wasn't he like 9 years old in Romeo and Juliet? He was 13 or 14. That's crazy, man. You know, I'm just imagining Romeo looking like Raindrop from the best rap battle video ever made. And Juliet looks like the girl from that famous Vine where Take On Me plays. That's my Romeo and Juliet. Dude, I never should have taken triple shot. My rate of fire is so bad. You're really going hard on the physical bits today. I'm kind of something of a slapstick enthusiast myself. Oh, my favorite silent film comedian, Charlie Kaufman. Help me. What if we got perfection? Then wouldn't every shot we shot be a light shot? Maybe? I did not see what you've described in chat. Look, I don't even want to say it. I'm gonna, just for the people listening, did you see streamer lose $1.2 million in blackjack in like a minute and then throw his computer chair at his computer? I did not. I mean, I'll be honest, that sounds like a fairly appropriate reaction to losing $1.2 million. That's like, I mean, I've definitely seen like public freakouts that were a lot less sensible than that, like, you know, losing like a WoW duel or something like that. You know what's messed up is I really talk about it a lot, that I don't like gambling. I have no problem with you if you gamble. But what's messed up is that if somebody was addicted to gambling and then they heard me say something like that, they would probably be like, thank you for saving my life. But I'm actually saving so many of your lives by having you feel like gambling is cringe before you would ever consider getting sucked into it in the first place, and I'm getting no credit for it. None. I mean, sure, I'm doing a good deed, I'm getting like good boy points or whatever, but at the same time, you don't even, there's probably like 100 people in chat for whom they'll be less likely to gamble as a result of me having made fun of it. And statistically speaking, I might have saved like, you know, 5 or 6 people from having like a real problem that would have caused them negative consequences in the real world. All I'm asking for is that you, maybe hero is a word that comes to mind. Thank you for saving my life. Thank you. You get our subs? Alright, I suppose. I mean, I'm just joking. But I was thinking about it today. Not in, I mean, I played it up a little bit for very humor's sake, but I started gambling because of you? I mean, that's your own fault. Unless you are, like, way up, in which case, you're welcome. You know, you got a good point there. Channel points are kind of a gateway drug. Or are they like a release valve so that you don't have to gamble as a result of getting your fix gambling on channel points? That's not how that works, is it? Nobody's ever like, you know, oh, you're an alcoholic? Here's 1 beer. Don't get drunk tonight. I wanted to buy Red Stew, but yeah, I guess that's okay. I don't think that's how that works. It's the placebo effect? But isn't the placebo effect good? I mean, well, I guess that varies. It depends on what you're talking about. Forgot I could step on the spikes, man. You got socks on? True, true, true. Okay, that hurts. Here's 1 weed head. Don't spend it all. Don't smoke it all in one place. I bet you will. Help. Dude, so we got like some HelloFresh again. They sent I guess Heineken is still continuing their media blitz, because we got 2 non-alcoholic Heinekens as like a, you know, free gift for 1 week. They sat in our fridge for 2 weeks, and then I poured them out in the damn sink. Because I went through the non-alcoholic Heinekens when we got sent them the first time we were on HelloFresh. And as I was drinking them, I was like, why am I drinking this shit? I don't even like how it tastes, and it has no beneficial effect for, like, my mood or anything like that. So, I poured that shit down the sink. I do enjoy the taste of a beer, but not a non-alcoholic Heineken. Again, not to be too much of a snob, I would prefer not to drink an alcoholic Heineken if there's other options at the establishment. But a non-alcoholic Heineken is genuinely just like a refreshing beverage that does not taste good. I thought you would explode. What do you want? Maybe like a Lakeport honey? It could do with a Lakeport honey. You're a great... you know what? I think I should just take you. A Laker ice. Oh, you know what? No, can I change my answer? How about a James Reddy 5.5? It costs the same as the other beers, but it has 10% more alcohol by volume. %? Well, you know, 5 to 5.5. That's a 10% increase by my math. No, we don't need to do this. Just chill. I do want my red stew damage, but we gotta get to this item room first. Isn't V8 just non-alcoholic Heineken? Look, I don't think I've ever consumed like a V8, so I can't answer that question. But I do... I have a conspiracy theory, and that's... I think that tomato juice being way more consumed on an airplane is like a media psyop. At the grocery store, I almost never see anybody with tomato juice in the cart. Orange juice, constantly. Okay, I'm gonna take both just so I can get the nail. Orange juice constantly. It's really just orange juice. You don't see people buying that many. I love apple juice. I don't buy it because like it's not good for you. But people only buy apple juice if they have like a kid. They'll buy like juice boxes or something like that. It's really orange juice gets all the credit. Hold on, we have 3 golden pennies here. Holy cow. But on an airplane, like 1 in 10 people orders tomato juice. And then like of the remaining 9, like 1 in 9 gets a ginger ale. It's crazy, man. They've got like unbelievable like lobbyists or something. Don't run into that. We could actually lose this. My friend sat next to somebody drinking tomato juice on a plane and it effing stank. Dude, I mean, I'm just gonna tell you, I feel like tomato juice is like pure ass. I'm sure there's gonna be some disagreement, but it's gotta be like the worst tasting drink that is like commercially sold. I also do not like a Caesar or a Bloody Mary. It's not, I mean, I've had a few. It's not in my personality to enjoy that beverage. Because the main selling point of it is that it's slightly less socially irresponsible to drink it before noon, right? Like, that's the main selling feature. And then they were like, oh, you know what else we're gonna do? How about every Bloody Mary just comes with like a fucking fish taco served on the rim of the glass for some reason? It just, they took it too far, man. It's conspicuous levels of consumption. By the time I was like old enough to go to a wet brunch like that, every Bloody Mary was like, and it's got 4 strips of bacon rimming the glass, and it's got, we've recently added a tequila shot that as you drink the Bloody Mary, more tequila gets titrated into the solution. Like, it goes too much. They went too far. Also, I don't think they taste good. Because when I'm drinking it, I'm like, I hate this damn tomato juice, or I hate this Clamato juice. I know the Caesar is a Canadian classic. I think it tastes like pure garbage. I don't mind the mimosa. I mean, actually, like, on a pure taste level, I haven't had that many mimosas in my life, but I think on a pure taste level, I would rather have like a mimosa made with Tropicana orange juice than just the Tropicana orange juice itself. Like, I think I would, if the price was the same, I would rather have a non-alcoholic mimosa than just regular orange juice. It adds a depth of flavor that takes away from the acidity. It's a Bloody Mary's a bottom tier brunch cocktail? Dude, I'm telling you. The Caesar is wildly overrepresented in Canada. If you like them, that's fine. But honestly, I'm not like a brunch cocktail sort of guy. If we're at a brunch place at like 11 a.m. and you're having a mimosa, I could be persuaded to have a mimosa, but I also would not mind just having like a stout or something like that. I don't respect the decorum of like what time of the day this is acceptable and this isn't, you know? For breakfast? People are drinking champagne for breakfast in a mimosa. A Bloody Mary's even more insane. It's like tomato juice, celery, you squirt a lime in your eye, and then you pour some vodka in the drink. Like, that's... somehow, like, we've been gaslit into thinking that's, like, socially acceptable, but, like, a 4.5% stout is like, oh, that's too much. Relax. All I have is a 900-calorie Bloody Mary that comes with a damn hamburger attached to the side of the glass. Comes with a slider and an entire Polski Ogórki pickle. It's craziness, man. Don't even get me started on the Caesar salads. Comes with a damn copy of Suzanne Collins' The Hunger Game attached to the rim. So true. I want the mojito take. I don't mind the mojito. Or a caipirinha. I mean, this is all LARPing, because, like, it's not like I've been to a lot of restaurants recently with a 2-year-old, in particular, well, I don't know, a 20-month-old. We went through this earlier. But, like, I'm a big fan of the cocktail menu. What I do is I look at it, and I say, wow, that looks good. And then when they say, what'll you have? I go, oh, I'll take can I get a pint of Fat Tug? You might say, why wouldn't you have a cocktail when they look good? Because they're like $17.50 each, which is just more than I'm willing to pay. You know, it's the efficient pricing model at work. It's just too expensive. I don't know who's buying them. I have respect for the ingredients. I have respect for the craftsmanship. I have respect for the way you feel when you drink a cocktail. You feel fancy. You feel like it's the 1920s and the roaring economy's never going to stop. But then when I get the bill, I go, what? Are you crazy? That was like 100 milliliters of liquid. Why would I pay $17.50 for 100 milliliters of liquid when I could pay $7.50 for 500 milliliters of liquid? It's just, you're asking me to buy my veggie straws at Whole Foods when I could be getting them at Costco. A pint is $5.96. Look, I envy you. We don't... Most pints here, they'll even, like, advertise as real pints, and then that shit comes in, like, an IKEA cafeteria glass. The $5.96, this one's for the $5.96. I don't have a rook anymore. We're playing all the greatest hits. Help. This run's kind of ass, huh? Like, it's kind of not that bad, but it's also kind of ass. I have 3.5 damage. I have 6.45 damage. It's a great run. You're crazy is so much worse than our last run. You have triple shot? Yeah, but triple shot's bad. Allegedly. What is it? We can't bring ourselves back to, like, Isaac 2012. Like, we're excited that I'm shooting 3 tiers at once. That's being, like, excited when you see Nick Fury at the end of a Marvel movie. Like, we gotta... Our tastes have changed, okay? We demand more now. True, but you're still wrong? Okay, I can embrace that. I've been right about everything else today. Probably wrong about Isaac. Where has Nick Fury even been? Excuse me, somebody doesn't understand that they're working on the Secret Wars storyline now. The prevailing fan wisdom is that Nick Fury, during the events of the snap, also known as the blip, was his position on Earth was assumed by a Skrull. And then after Nick Fury came back from the blip, in the classic Portals on Your Left scene that allegedly makes me cry every time I see it, they started to have 2 Nick Furies, one to handle the mundane drudgery of life on Earth, and one who has conferences with Captain Marvel in order to monitor intergalactic level threats. Just arrived. Are you talking about Nicolas Cage? No, but I have been working my way through Lord of War slowly. But I've been enjoying Lord of War, the movie from 2004. But I will say, I thought, like, it starts with Nicolas Cage, like, giving a monologue about his life as an arms dealer. And then, like, he never stops monologuing. I thought that was like a prologue sort of thing before Act 1 started. But then he was like, and then I went, things were tough for me when I went, and then I looked at the runtime and I was like, I'm 55 minutes into this damn movie. This guy's still doing the preamble. He is, I would say he's something of a male girl boss in that movie. And for that, I respect him. Help. So, a boss? No, that's bad. Like a male girl boss. Like he's male girl bossing? I don't understand what's so confusing about this. Like a guy boss? No, that makes it sound like bad. It's true, I watched it because Morbius is not on Netflix yet, because they keep putting it back in theaters. And I had to see a Jared Leto movie, and I just pretended that he was morbing. It's morbid. Look, I know it's played out, but the It's Morbing Time fake theater edit, just thinking about it makes me laugh. And Venom going, it's time to come! I've never seen either of the Venom movies. How correct is my assessment, my ignorant assessment of the Venom movies, is that it's just Tom Hardy talking in a funny voice. You're like 100% correct? Maybe I should see him. I mean, it is the movie from whence the classic line, when I get out, there's gonna be carnage, comes from. First time I saw that, I was like, what the hell does that mean? Then I checked Venom ending explained, and I was like, holy shit, that guy's Carnage. Now I get it. What's the name of normal Venom? Like the guy? Eddie! 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 They don't know that I'm a symbiote from outer space! Eddie! Tom Hardy as Walter White. Tom Hardy as Venom as Jesse Pinkman. Breaking Bad 2. Orangutan grabs man shirt. Horror moment. Huge orangutan nearly breaks man's leg. Orangutan steals tourist shirt. Monkey steals banana from orangutan's mouth. Instant regret. Okay, here I am. Oh, dude, just the stills scare the crap out of me. I haven't even watched the video yet. It actually, the stills make it look like the orangutan grabs him on his leg and is just holding him horizontal with one hand holding his leg. Okay, can I see I would like to see the video version of this. You're gonna make me go to TMZ, aren't you? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna mute I'm gonna mute so you can't hear anything but me. This footage contains video some may find distressing. Alright, I mean, like, it's a little spooky. I thought it was gonna be like a man would be close to the cage, and then the orangutan would be like, ugh! Instead, it was actually like, it was like an Ari Aster movie. It was like, he grabbed him with one hand, and then the dude tried to get away, and the orangutan was like, nah. Nah. It's like, he pulls him closer, he gets the other leg or arm wrapped around his leg, and then he's like, we're just gonna stay here for a while. I can't believe they don't have like any kind of security. Like this, I mean, this doesn't look like this is the San Diego Zoo, but like the zookeeper is just trying to kick the orangutan in the arms. They don't have like a trank dart or like some kind of electrical implement. They're just trying to kick the monkey in the forearms. Anyway, it's in Malaysia. Yeah, I know. I played GeoGuessr. /marker Isaac 2.